Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get Your Play Online. My name is Sarah, and I'm going to be reading a bedtime story for you today. I am so glad that you're joining us again at Get Your Play Online. Today we are reading Jabari Jumps. So if you have this book on your bookshelf, go ahead and go grab it, and you can follow along with us. So, before we begin, I have a question for you. Have you ever felt nervous about something? Can you think of a time that you felt nervous? Can you think of a time? Well, think, what did you do when you felt nervous? Was there anything that helped you to be brave? We're going to talk about that today because Jabari in our book feels really nervous to jump off of the high dive, but you'll see in our story that he is able to be brave and he is able to overcome his fear and jump off the high dive, and we'll see what happens in our book. So, we're going to be talking about being brave today. So, let's get reading. Jabari Jumps by Gaia Cornwall. Jabari jumps. Look, he's getting his swim trunks on. He's getting ready to go. I'm jumping off the diving board today, Jabari told his dad. Really? Said his dad. The diving board was high and maybe a little bit scary, but Jabari had finished his swimming lessons, passed his swim test, and now he was ready to jump. So I just want to say really fast, make sure you always check with a grown-up before you jump off of something high like a high dive, because we want to make sure that it's safe for you to jump off of somewhere high, and we want to make sure that you're not going to get hurt doing so. So make sure you always check with a grown-up before you do something like that. But yeah, Jabari has passed his swimming test and he's done swimming lessons and he is ready to go, and he asked his dad, so it is safe for him to jump off of the high dive. So let's continue reading our story. I'm a great jumper, said Jabari, so I'm not scared at all. That's what he says, but we'll see if that's actually true. I think he might be a little bit nervous to jump off of the high dive. Jabari watched the other kids climb the long ladder. They walked all the way out to the end of the board, as big as tiny bugs. Then they stood on the edge. They spread their arms and bent their knees. They sprang up, 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 and then they dove down, down, down. Splash! Looks easy, Jabari said. But when his dad squeezed his hand, Jabari squeezed back. So there you can see the kids jumping off the diving board. And you can see Jabari with his dad. And it looks like he has a little sister too. Jabari stood at the bottom of the ladder. He looked up. You can go before me if you want, he told the kid behind him. I need to think about what kind of special jump I'm going to do. Jabari thought and thought. Jabari started to climb. Up, up, up. This ladder is very tall, he thought. Are you okay? Called his dad. I'm just a little tired, said Jabari. Maybe you should climb down and take a tiny rest, said his dad. A tiny rest sounded like a good idea. Look how high he is up there. When he got to the bottom, Jabari remembered something. I forgot to do my stretches, he said to his dad. Stretching is very important, said his dad. I think tomorrow might be a better day for jumping, Jabari said. They looked up at the diving board together. What do you think Jabari is thinking about going on the diving board? Let's see, let's look back a little bit. So he let lots of kids go in front of him, and then he wanted to take a rest, and then he did lots of stretches, and then he said he thinks he just wants to do it tomorrow. seems like maybe he's nervous and he's scared to go off of the diving board. I think that's what's happening here. Let's see what his dad says to him. It's okay to feel a little scared, said his dad. Sometimes if I feel scared, I take a deep breath and tell myself I am ready. And you know what? Sometimes it stops feeling scary and feels a little like a surprise. Jabari loved surprises. So remember at the beginning we talked about a time that you felt a little bit scared about something or nervous or anxious? Have you ever thought about taking a deep breath to help you during those times? Well, that's what Jabari does, which we'll see on the next page. And that can actually help you to calm down and feel a little bit better during those times. So let's see what he does. Here we go. Jabari took a deep breath and felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down to the tips of his toes. Can you take a deep breath with us? Good job. Jabari looked up. He began to climb. Up, 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 and up, up, until he got to the top. He walked all the way to the end of the board. His toes curled around the rough edge. Look, this is a really cool picture. You can see him on the top of the diving board, and he is really high up there. He is definitely being really brave by going off of the high dive. Jabari looked out as far as he could see. He felt like he was ready. I love surprises, he whispered. Remember, that's what his dad told him. He said, take a deep breath, and it'll feel like a fun surprise. We're just going to be brave and do it. You can see he has a good view from up there on top of the diving board. He took a deep breath and spread his arms and bent his knees. Then he sprang up, off the board, flying. Jabari hit the water with a splash. Have you ever gone off of the high dive before? Have you ever done that? I have, and it was really fun. It was pretty high up, but it was a really fun thing to do. Down, down, down he went, and then back up. Whoosh! He did it! Jabari, you did it, said his dad. I did it, said Jabari. I'm a great jumper. And you know what? What, said his dad. Can't turn the page. Surprise double backflip is next. So now he wants to do a backflip. So do you think he liked going off of the diving board? I think he did, because now he wants to do a backflip. Wow, I really like that book. It reminds us that sometimes we need to be brave. And so, can you remember, what did Jabari's dad tell him to do when he was nervous and anxious about going off of the high dive? What did his dad tell him to do? Remember, he told Jabari to take a deep breath, okay? So let's do that one more time together. Ready? Let's breathe in and breathe out. And we can do that whenever we're feeling scared or anxious. We can just take some deep breaths, okay? So thank you for reading along with me today. Again, my name is Sarah, and I'm so glad that you were able to join us for a bedtime story. I hope that you sleep so well tonight, and I hope that you will join us again on Get Your Play Online. Bye, everyone.